Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're here to play more Drunagor. Probably for the last time. Yeah, the final encounter is here. We probably could have did yesterday, but again, I don't know how long it's really going to be, but it doesn't look too crazy, but we might lose and then have to play it again, which will make it probably a full scenario. We'll see. But yeah, we're still doing some setup here, so we'll work through that. Hello everyone, thanks for joining live. Thanks to these folks who are supporting the channel. Thank you, allowing us to purchase games like this off of crowdfunding platforms with big risk. But again, we only went core set, so it wasn't that much of a risk. But here we are. And at the end of the stream, we'll give our final thoughts, which we pretty much have given throughout it. I'll try to keep it brief, which brief here is like, you know, way too long. But I did rant yesterday at the end of the stream. I don't know if I'll cut that out just because like it was so long and like it just makes that episode long and people might not even want to watch it because it's so long, so they won't even click on it. But yeah, I can just give a more condensed version here today at the end of stream. So if you want the thoughts on the game, you click the right stream. You can scrub to the end if you're watching this later and just get thoughts. Of course, there might be spoilers. We'll have the, you know, the final scenario probably on the screen while we're doing it. So, but yeah, just give our final thoughts. Not like a review per se, but just some things that we like, some things we don't like, whatever. But yeah, all right, let's get to it. All right, so we're in chapter 18, the end game. And again, we could have been playing spoilers, I guess. But again, if you're here on a last episode of the series, like spoilers. But yeah, so we played, what did we play? 16 last, yeah. And based on some choices at the end or some outcomes, you may have had to play 17. And 18, I think, is what someone on BGG was saying. We were confused about a bunch of misprints and typos that made it super confusing what actually was happening. So we had the option that we just get to go right to 18. So right after our last scenario, bust right into a big boss battle. It is a full separate scenario, but it was connected, kind of. It didn't say it was sequential at any point, but you do skip the camp phase. There is a bunch of setup we'll have to go through here to kind of basically undo some stuff from the end to kind of get us into a new scenario, but it's still like kind of a connected scenario. It's very weird, very confusing. Like they have the mechanics to easily have solved this and make it not confusing, but they chose to like not use those for some reason. It's like the last couple scenarios were designed by different people. I don't know, but yeah. All right, so the last stage of your journey has arrived. The large skeletal figure is there, floating above his mother's sarcophagus, where his phylactery remained hidden and supposedly untouchable. For the past 20 years, however, once discovered and destroyed, the so-called Master of the Undead was summoned to its bed like a misbehaving child. The darkness swirls around, overpowering the royal crypt's masonry as if it was trying to scare you, but you are no longer afraid of the dark. The same way a broken jar won't ever be the same after being rebuilt, the myth overcome won't cause any awe. And the Undead King knows that. But he won't give up so easily either. All of this, even if you're victorious, all of it will be for nothing, for even a king answers to an emperor. Do you mortals even think that this is the end? Oh, don't be silly. We are just beginning. He speaks again, eloquently, showing strength even when weakness was evident. However, you are fed up with this. It is time to put a grave silence to this cadaverous voice and put this game back on the shelf. I mean, what? Okay, so we have no darkness.
Love that. Which
is weird for a game all about the darkness. No darkness right now, but there is darkness on the board. The tiles have darkness printed on them. But there is no rune card in this adventure. So weird. Okay. The Undead King attack cards will instruct you when the darkness tiles will spawn. So there is darkness, but it's no darkness.
It's different darkness.
They're not sure if it's darkness. It's like still darkness, but it says no darkness. But, you know, right after that it tells you there's darkness. But sure, whatever, man. When this happens, the darkness tiles will follow the standard behavior as described below. Okay, sure. Standard behavior. We know about this. Double unwilling or willing recalls. Mm-hmm. Winning and losing, whatever. This is always here and doesn't mean anything because there's always different win or lose conditions that are in the scenario, but they never put them in the winning or losing section. Just love how that stayed consistent all the way through. Great cut and paste job, guys. Great job. Way to never proofread any of your work. After you have completed the following setup, yep, the same useless line that's here. Okay, special mechanics during darkness. Before starting this adventure, you must take 6 runes of each color from the bag. Mel's done this, a total of 30 runes. Place 2 of each color on the initiative track. Leave the other 20 to the side near the board. During the adventure, every time you would form a pile of ruins, you must take one rune of each color from those that were set out to create it. We've seen this before, so I told Mel set some piles. What are these?
Those are just extras because
So they go back in the bag.
Okay, but it didn't say that, so I wasn't sure.
Well, they're telling you to pull so many out of the bag, so you would assume the rest stay in the bag.
Well, I just want to make sure I did it right.
But we don't need the bag.
I know.
I don't think.
Well, they're in the bag. The extras are in the bag.
But just, you don't need extra piles. To be confusing. So Mel set aside 4 piles with 4 stacks with one of each in the side, as we've done before in a few scenarios. Special mechanic area control. By fighting for the control of crucial pathways, the heroes can reclaim the crypts and gain more time. To do so, they must be adjacent to a pile of ruins, spend 1 action cube. If they do, they take a number of ruins of their choice from the pile equal to 6 minus the number of heroes, which is 4. We've seen this before. Return to the bag and gain focus 1. A hero can use this action more than once per turn. This counts as a cube action and cannot be taken if there's at least 1 monster adjacent to the ruins. Not to you, just to the ruins. Okay. So it doesn't block you like minor actions. It is an action cube thing. So we only have 2 action cube actions, but you could use both on a turn to remove a whole stack or go to 1 stack and then to another stack if you can even do that in a turn. I don't know, but with only 3 movement, I doubt it. So here's the layout. It is the same layout as the final room, except for I've removed all the darkness tiles that were out since we're setting up a new scenario, kind of, but it's the same, but new. I don't know. I've cleaned up the rest of the board, but it looks like we have the Undead King on the board. We'll go down the table in a second, and we have a couple skeleton archers based on 1 per player. I was confused. I did spend a few minutes this morning rummaging for cards again, because they say it's 1 Undead King and then X Undead King's minions 1 per player. I don't have a card labeled Undead King's minions, and normally here is where they would label what actual enemy card you're using. And it's very specific usually, but today they didn't want to do that. But as I read forward, it eventually was clear on the next page that it just should say skeleton archer minions there. I don't know why they didn't. I'm assuming that's the same thing, but again, another confusing, stupid, poor translation, poor proofreading, poor quality control. Spending your money well kind of trait here of this game. Okay, 4 special event tokens, which I've set up around the darkness out here. And then, I put it right in the middle of the table. There's no doors. I don't know if it'll spawn any other rooms off this side, but I zoomed in a little bit more so we can see the play a little bit better. So today maybe won't be such a table hog. The final clash against the Undead King has started. Preparations need to be made to adjust the narrative's outcomes and the game mechanics. Therefore, follow the instructions carefully. Done right, they are very easy to follow.
Interesting text.
I think they mean done right as like if we've actually translated or typed it or proofread it or actually made words that make sense and didn't have it full of errata, it would be done right. But it's not always done right. So they like to test us. They're very easy to follow. Yeah, sure. Sure, says the snake oil salesman. Start with the standard preparations. Place the Undead King board face up and set his initial health according to the number of heroes in this adventure. The Undead King has 60 health per player. Whoa.
Okay.
So I'm going to set 120 health on the screen. So we'll just track it there instead of using a white cube on a flat sheet that will slide around every time we breathe. Let's do that. Okay, we'll get over there. Okay, place the Undead King's attack card's final encounter side up on the initiative track in their indicated positions, matching the runes. So these are, we've used these before. Let's see if I can. I gotta do this. 1 second.
Andreas, greetings from Germany. Hello. Yogi, hello.
Hello from Canada.
Hi, Minion. Raw, Amalgamus, Sonia. I'm not sure if Rob said hi to you guys, so I will.
I said, hey, everyone's joining live
sure,
usually.
so then I didn't know where you stopped.
Okay, so we've used these before, but on this side, nope. First encounter we used.
Oh,
remember we faced them in the halfway through, and that's how I knew, like, okay, we're gonna see him only 2 times in the campaign because there's last encounter and first encounter. So we're using the other side of that deck. So, for example, on the green, he will have Reconstitution. If the Undead King is on top of 1 or more darkness tiles, not map,
Okay,
So I guess it's
specifically-
not counting the map darkness tiles, but like the cardboard ones we put on top.
Yeah.
Remove the smallest one among them from the board. The Undead King regenerates health equal to the number of squares that the tile occupied times the number of heroes.
Excuse me, sorry.
Zoom tight. If he is not on top of a darkness tile, this attack has no effect.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
On the orange, replace the event token of the party leader's choice with a pile of runes that is off the board. Then, if this is the 4th time that pile of runes is placed on the board, remove this card from the initiative track.
Oh,
So that's how it brings those and spawns those every time. Oh, the orange is the first one. Oh, this goes below, so it's actually going to happen like halfway through.
Okay.
We have a status card here. Remove all conditions affecting the Undead King now. Oh, so you
resolve.
can't just... Oh, resolve, sorry.
No problem.
Why did I say remove? I just thought he was clearing them. Resolve all conditions affecting the Undead King now. Then he jumps to the most corrupted hero's area, shoves all characters out of it. Afterwards, the Undead King attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X plus 2 damage and curse 1. So he starts off X is 2. Wow. So 4 damage and curse 1 as collateral damage. So if you prevent the 4 damage that we start with, you can block the curse 1.
Okay.
To each. Okay. I don't want to be anywhere. We don't want to be near each other, kind of, for that to hit both of us. But it goes after the most corrupted, so that's the most curse cubes on your board. And then it'll just give you more curse cubes, which is kind of nuts. Okay. We have Assault here. Activate all minions. Then the Undead King jumps to the most vigorous heroes area. Vigorous, what do we think that is?
I think that's most available cubes.
Yes, most available action cubes, or if there's a tie, the fastest on the initiative track.
Okay.
Okay. Each character in that area takes X damage, is thrown into the darkness pool map B5B. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say.
Oh, it's E5.
That's E5B we have on the board. We also have E8F, and we also have BF5, or BFF. Or sorry, B5F. But we don't have a B5B. But let me flip over B5F. Oh, it does become B5B. Did they change it on this? Nope. Nope, that's just a typo. It's still the same card, it's just the other side. We'll
You're
just
getting flung to the back.
Yeah, you'll just get flung to the top back here, which is, let me get those off the screen here. Up here. This tile here. Assuming that a different character is not wrong. We're just guessing. But there's no FAQ entry for chapter 18, so.
But if it's done correctly, it should be.
Yeah, as long as we follow these instructions correctly, as long as they're done right, we won't. It should be easy to follow, no problem. These characters will be affected by darkness when they're thrown into it. Each hero chooses which square they are thrown into.
Okay.
Sure. And then, whoops. This one is Gathering Dark. You draw 2 runes. So that's how runes get out of the bag. Then you summon Y skeleton archer minions, where Y equals number of heroes. So 2 every round are going to be summoned. But there can never be more than 4 on the board, because we only have 4 of those miniatures. Okay, and then skeleton archers are only 3 health. They move for X. What is X again with the minions? I forget with these guys. Crap. I forget how that works. We haven't seen these guys in so long.
Oh, it's based on how many runes, I think, are there. Right? That's the red runes?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. It is
So right now
the
it's
red on
2?
the bar. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah. I was like, I know it works
They only have
weird
3
and different.
health. I like that.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
little-
So the max they can get to is 4 move, range 1, damage 3, if there's 3 or more red runes on the initiative track. Right now they start at the 2, because there's 2 already there. So they're going to move 4, range 1, damage 2. So they're already almost as bad as they'll ever get.
And they go wherever.
They only activate, I think, when he tells them to.
So I'll just put them with that card when I put
Which is on the red one. So here, you can put these
okay.
on the bar, and that'll make more sense when and where things happen.
I'm going to do that just so that it makes logical sense to me as I'm playing through. That will activate the minions and they'll follow. Above the orange and above the green. All right, that is what it's looking like.
Okay.
Above the green, above the red, they're going to activate the archers.
So can you kind of give like a quick description of which one of those they're having? What's that one? That's the darkness. He's on top of one.
If he's this is
activating minions. Okay.
This is replace an event token with a pile of runes.
Okay.
This is resolve all conditions. Then he jumps to the most corrupted hero, shoves them, and does the attack.
So that's kind of like his main activation.
Yep.
And then this is drawing runes, which makes sense at the end of the bar. And then he'll summon more guys. Okay. So that's kind of the order of operations. I have his card out. Here, but we're not going to use the like little white cubes on here. I don't care, but we need it out here just to remember he's large. He's immune to intimidate. He doesn't care about stealth. He'll find you if you're stealth, and he's immune to poison.
Okay.
So you can't just poison the big guy and just let him poison to death.
So bleeds and burns, I guess.
Also, what we're zoomed in here, another weird thing. This is a bit annoying in most scenarios. It's not that bad, but it's when they do this one little setup like this we've seen before. Because these game trays are like, they go too wide. If you actually want to have all the squares available around, you have to kind of pull these out so you actually can put miniatures there. But then it puts a weird separation there, but that is adjacent, like we can move there, but then it just blocks spots. So if we pop a stack of runes here, we won't be able to fit a miniature beside there unless we pull the sheets out. So yeah, the sheets aren't the right size for the game really, or the game trays weren't made correctly or something. But again, this is a second edition of the game, so I mean, maybe in the third edition they'll get that right. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, just putting that there. Okay. So I think we're all good there. I think everything's on that done. So we go back to here. Oh yeah, I can put the boss health up there. And then let's go back here. Okay, so what else? We got to follow this, and if done right, it should be very easy. So we did that. Build the setup as shown. Okay, I did that already. All players must place their heroes in one of the starting positions of their choice. Leave the pile of ruins for later. There will be special instructions for them.
Yeah, we read them.
Okay. Summon X skeleton archer minions on the spaces indicated by setup, where X is the number of heroes in the adventure. In all cases, whenever they are summoned during this encounter, there can never be more than 4. Remove all trauma cubes. So remove all trauma cubes the heroes are holding and add 10 health to the undead king for every cube removed this way.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you had 1.
I had 1.
So it goes up to 130. Okay. And next is remove all curse cubes that the heroes are holding and add 5 health to the undead king for everyone removed this way. So I have 1, 2, 3.
And I have 3.
So that is
30?
30? 30?
Yeah.
Oh
5,
man.
10, 15, 20.
We're going to be here a while. Okay, so it's going up to 160.
Oh no.
Man, we can't survive that.
No, I would have played differently in the last one, I think, to try to remove some of those cubes.
That's part of the fun surprise.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting to win this. We'll see. Okay.
No.
The party leader must write down the Undead King's starting health on their campaign log. If you must restart this adventure, use the value as the Undead King's starting health and skip the 3 previous steps.
Okay, I'm just gonna write.
Treat the heroes and runes as if you just returned from the camp phase. So we'll just set them up from scratch.
60. Okay, in case we have to do that.
After completing these standard preparations, it is time to make these additional preparations. After completing these standard preparations, it's time to make these additional preparations, adding elements that could have been gained by you during the campaign that will weigh in this final battle. If the party leader has Relic Breaker outcome on their campaign log.
Yep.
You do? Relic Breaker?
I do, right here.
Okay, so loses 15 health per player. So that 30 I just added is gone.
We're crushing it, guys. We're killing them, all right?
Yeah, we're winning. This is a huge hit.
I don't remember how we got that, but I got it.
Okay, so if the party leader has the Lovebirds Reunited outcome.
I do.
Oh, very nice.
That was when we got last
Okay,
episode.
loses another 30 health.
Oh.
So it's down to 100?
Oh, no way. This
Okay.
is great.
All right.
I don't have the other one.
If the party leader has a dynamic duo outcome on their campaign log, read Special Preparation Baton Pass. Then resolve its effect and return to the list. Okay, sure. After completing these steps, you can proceed to the final preparation, which will lead you to the start game and end game triggers. After you've made all of these preparations, you may start the encounter with the Undead King. When he is defeated, read End of Adventure, The Death of the Death.
Okay.
Boom. I think that's all there. Let me see here. Yep, that's all that's on that page is those two things it mentioned to read the Baton Pass thing and the Death of the Death. So
And we didn't get to do a free recall, eh? That's annoying. So I got some of my good skills are blocked, but that's okay. We'll make this work.
yeah, I still have Poison 2. Hey, Steve Emil from Bonnie, Scotland. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Easy game. Yeah, exactly. We just knocked 60 health off of him.
So is that a fail backward mechanic from being injured last game? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay.
Maybe I should do this. Start beside you.
Okay. I think we're good to go.
I think so.
So I can just like run at him and put this gemstone in his mouth and it'll cause him to like implode on himself and we insta win, right? Because it's an epic rare item. That's what it's used for once we get there. No, I'm just kidding. I've held that for so long we've found nothing else for it. Just that one we found earlier, which is good. So I can definitely toss that at some point. All right.
Okay. Probably should just try to get rid of the skeletons before they go.
Maybe.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. Yeah, I did start here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to... We're going to shield self 2. We're going to move 2. So if I'm here, oh, actually, no, we're going to do that in a different way. Do that in a different way. I think I use this focus. We jump for 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to jump over that darkness. Not that it matters. We're going to get right beside this guy. I'm adjacent to both of the skeletons. Okay, then we can attack with +2 to the roll 2 times, but it's +2, 5, +6 to the roll twice. This will attack the boss. We'll attack the boss because we're attacking 2 times. And I haven't used any cubes yet. 7. Okay, so that's good. But now I have new abilities here. So it says 5 damage. I'll do my second attack and then I'll tell you what damage you need to put it on him. 7. Okay, 10 damage to the boss. If you will update.
10 damage to the boss.
Yeah.
All right, 90 out of 100.
Okay. Then, now for my cube, I will use this. I'm adjacent to both the skeletons, so I will shield myself for 2. I will move 2, but I won't, and I'll do an attack on skeleton white base with +4 to the roll. 5 + 4 is 9, so that kills this one.
Boom.
And then my second cube.
I'll heal 1.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because we didn't get to fully heal or anything,
No.
right? Wow.
And then my second cube action will be, I should attack the skeleton with this one. So I want to put bleed on the other.
How much health are these skeletons? Just 3?
Yeah.
So I can like kill 2 of them with like 1
You could,
blue
but the
cube.
problem is they're going to go before you.
Oh,
so we have
see.
to wait till they spawn. Oh, they're always
It'll
going to go
never
before
work.
you.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you ignore them, they only do 2 damage.
I could ignore this one. Yeah, I could ignore this one.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll attack the boss with +2, +3, so 5, 6, and I have 2 shields, 7. +7 to the roll. If we hit, we deal bleed 2.
Oh, that's a cocktail.
Oh, I was like, I like the result, but that's okay.
11.
Okay, that's still a success. So that does 5 damage and bleed 2 to the boss. He's not immune to bleed, so we got to use conditions resolve here, so I'll put them here.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that is me done. Oh, I have the 2 shields for the skeleton anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, if the undead king is on top of darkness, no, nothing happens. This one activate each minion. So this skeleton, he can move for...
Oh yeah, I forgot he wants to attack 2, right? 'Cause they... Oh no.
No, he doesn't have
They only
that.
do 1, yeah, it's only the other skeletons, right? So...
Oh, I also wasn't counting that I had +2, but I didn't need to count that because I was above.
Okay,
And
so
then
he just moves
he
back to
is
range attack you
with
for
2, which I just block with my shields. Okay.
Oh, he is on darkness, so actually it's +2 to that.
Okay,
I forgot.
that's okay. So it's 4 total.
Yeah.
I will use, I want to use up some of these cubes so I can get my big ones back. Let's use, did you want me to just take 2 damage and retaliate him?
You do whatever you want. It's your board, your
No,
choices.
but I know, but I don't know if their
care.
abilities are better on the boss.
Yeah, I'll do whatever. I'll just go with however the situation is when it gets to my turn and make
All
it
right,
work.
I'll just take
yeah,
the
it
2
doesn't matter.
damage and I'll retaliate him for 3.
Whatever you want to do.
Just so that we can, we'll just do that because we don't have any on the board at the moment. And then it's your turn.
Okay, so I take poison 2. Boom, boom, down to 2 left. What does he do to us? What condition? Any conditions he puts on us?
No.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Just all damage?
It's all just damage, yeah.
Oh,
Replace it.
curses, but that's not really
yeah.
conditioned, yeah. Okay, so if I get rid of that poison, I shouldn't have to worry, but I'll wait maybe till cleanse? I don't know. Nah, I probably should get rid of it. Okay. So skeleton's gone.
Oh, yeah,
so I
sorry,
do
sorry.
heal 1 from that. Okay, so the best, I still have focus building up. Maybe I do that. Yeah, I'm gonna focus 1, if you can pass me a focus, and I'll cleanse just to get rid of the poison so I don't have to deal with it, but the focus is nice, so I can have a nice attack, or I can prevent all damage that hits me at one time. Okay. So I have extra bonus on my spell attacks. They're +2, plus another 1. Okay. So in that case, best one. Probably should just move. Actually, where were our starting options? I could be here. Yeah. 3 in the darkness, that would hurt my hits. But, I mean, let's do it.
Do you want to get close to one? Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so let's do a... So I'm -2 in my roll because I'm lower?
Yep.
And because I'm on the thing?
Yeah, it's your -4.
This is probably not good to do any of this, but... Oh well, let's just get some red cubes used, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through mine too. I mean, we're doing okay, I think.
So 9 -4. That's a miss, so I'll re-roll. 3, even worse. And then I'll use my other red cube to probably have a wasted turn. 14.
That's 10 -4.
Okay. So I will do +3 damage on 4. So that's 7 damage to him. Okay. And that... I don't know if I waste this now. Yeah, let's just do this now. I'll spend 3 focus to do my spectral strike. It's +3 the hit, +3 damage. I stealth myself, but stealth doesn't really matter against him, but it would against the skeletons, I guess. And that's a miss. Yeah, I knew it was a big risk. Like,
Oh, you were technically only -1, so that was better because you were plus and then you're a minus.
Yeah, but still, it's
that's
like
too
I have no reroll left, so I should never do that when I don't have my reroll. But it's okay. It's a D20 game, so that's what happens. All right. Yep, done.
Okay, we're going to replace a event token with the party leader's choice with a pile of runes. So we'll do the one that's by you. Okay, and then we're going to come here where he's going to resolve any conditions. So he'll lose 2 health, if you will. 2 health.
Sorry if I misunderstood. It says Raw, the red boss card. Doesn't he jump to a hero's area? I think that's the blue one that does that. Is it?
Yeah, that's one we're going to get to right in a second.
Yeah, the red one.
The red one, oh, maybe it just activates.
Oh no, there is. Then Undead King jumps to the most vigorous hero's area. Do we do that?
It still would have been me at the. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So this. Oh, okay.
And he just used 2 cubes. It would have been the same.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be where I am. Like I wouldn't have moved that way. Then that changes like my whole turn, right? So. Yeah, the Undead King jumps to the most vigorous hero's area, which would have been
me, yeah.
So he jumps to you, okay? And then each character in the area takes X damage and is thrown into the darkness pool. So you choose where you're going up here.
Further, closer, sorry, to him, yeah. That's
okay. So you take X damage, which is 2. See? And then now I was here, so I would have been like 1, 2. I guess I could still go like down here would have been fine, but just not. It's only 1 space difference, I guess, but then I'm not beside that thing anymore. So yeah, I'll just be here, so I could still have ranged attacked him.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sorry, and then that was all for that one. And then this one we're doing resolving the conditions, so he'll take 2 damage.
Thank you, Raw. Oh, 2 damage.
Yep. And then that's gone. And then he jumps to the most corrupted hero, which again would be me, because shoves all characters out of it. Afterwards, the Undead King attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X plus 2 damage and curse.
So let's rewind a bit. Where you want to be shoved to?
Same level as him.
Okay, and then continue after that.
So I have to take an attack of X plus 2, so 4 damage. Which I will use.
And if you don't prevent all of it, you'll take curse 1.
Yeah, I won't be able to prevent all of it. But that's
Get her.
I'll take.
Thank you, Yogi.
Thank you. I'll prevent 2. I'll take 2, and I'll retaliate 2. So I take a curse. If you'll add. He's immune to poison, so
What do you want to add?
Just 2. I'm just retaliating 2.
Oh.
I'm gonna cover this when I roll 16 plus. The attack gains poison. He's immune to poison anyways. So that's a wasted ability.
Oh yeah, true. Except for on the skeletons, but I mean.
Yeah, but I think if I hit, I hit.
You're killing them probably,
yeah.
right? There was a 3.
Yep. Okay, and then we're drawing 2 runes.
2 runes.
Draw 2. Is the runes I'm drawing just for summon? Oh, we're
no, they're just putting them on the bar to make everything stronger, and to run out of time, and we fail the scenario.
Okay.
We just don't spawn darkness from them anymore.
Spawning these guys. Okay. That doesn't flip. Then it comes back to me. All right. Let's. Let's heal 2 and remove a curse cube. And then let's move back 1. Let's move. Oh, I'm on darkness. Ugh.
I know, so you might as well just go lower.
Yeah, let's move to here.
I guess there's no crush damage or anything, so it doesn't matter for like on it all the time.
No.
Just all the negative crap.
All right, then we're going to use this range attack that I have, which is strikes 1. Hit is +4 to the roll, and +1 damage and bleed 1. +4, but then -2, so I'm only +2 on the roll.
That's a cocked die.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
A 2.
Okay, that is all I can do. That's so annoying. Sorry.
It happens.
If the Undead King is on top of 1 or more darkness not map, remove. Okay, so nothing happens. He's still not on. How does he get on darkness? Like, should we have...
Isn't there one that spawns darkness?
This one, but like, should we actually spawn these tokens?
Oh, maybe, yeah. That's maybe what's happening.
Sorry, maybe I misunderstood that.
Hold on.
And it was
Go back to the... No darkness, but darkness rules. There's no rune card in this adventure. The Undead King's attack cards will instruct you when the darkness tiles will spawn. When this happens, the darkness tiles will follow the standard behavior. Okay, so it does spawn them still. Okay, got it.
It just sounded...
Again, I keep thinking it's called no darkness. Yeah. So it's like, oh, yeah, no darkness. But it's not no darkness.
So then
it is darkness.
Technically, I was here before that, so... And we're both on darkness, so actually no darkness will spawn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, so then it didn't matter. Okay.
Crush damage, yes. Crush damage, 2.
Okay.
I'm down to 1.
All right. Then I did my turn. Then here, he's not on darkness, so that nothing happens. This one, first we're going to activate all minions. Oh, I forgot they were even there.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay.
Shoot.
Okay, so then they're going to get both of us. But they need to go...
They don't attack 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And now it's 3, so they can 3+, they can move 4, and they're doing 3 damage.
So they can just go up here.
Yeah.
And hit you.
For 3. I'll prevent...
Yeah, because they can't reach you not on darkness, right? Because the range is only 1, so they have to go up there.
Okay, I'll prevent 3.
Oh, actually, sorry. They move for how much? 4? Yeah, they can go like 3, 4.
So then they're hitting
and still
for 5?
hit you, yeah.
Okay,
I think they want to always go on darkness,
and
right?
3.
So
take 2.
priority thing.
And then this next guy.
Let's see if we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
I don't think I can prevent anything. I think I have to take the full damage and get knocked out. Yep. All right. Sorry. I guess that's maybe okay. Less curse cubes I'll have. We're putting that on there because we don't need
Are we done activating the full words on that card?
No, that was just them. And then I got knocked out during that attack. Then the Undead King jumps to the most vigorous hero. That's going to be you, unfortunately.
Okay. Let me move the game tray so I can make room for him.
Each character in that area takes X damage, which is...
Oh, and then he throws me or something?
Yeah.
X damage, so I'm knocked out. But where do I...
And is thrown into the darkness, pull back. Yeah.
Okay, I need a purple cube.
74 damage. At least I have my double damage back, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. And he's below.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's next?
Your turn, sorry.
Oh, yep.
I'm just counting. So.
Okay, so I'm full health, 8, back up. All right. Let me just do 5 damage to each skeleton. And then, oh yeah, how many discs are in the bag?
I think there was...
Probably...
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're okay.
Wow.
Depending on how...
So I can't even get to it and pop it now. That sucks. He's going to make another one before my next turn.
Mm-hmm. I think if we... I'm going to use my double damage and everything. Like, maybe we just see if we can kill him fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're also running out of health. I think you... No.
Yeah, I'll just do 6 damage to him and knock down. Okay. That's my turn. Oh, I can move.
Oh, yeah.
Which I probably should do. Yeah, I'll just get off the darkness, I guess.
Okay, then do you want to change this one?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's this one. Remove or resolve all conditions. He doesn't have any. Then he jumps to the most corrupted heroes area and shoves that character out of it. Afterwards, Undead King attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X plus 2, so 5 damage.
Okay, I will...
Your prevents are plus as well, right?
Yeah, so I'm just going to prevent 5. I'm just deciding which color cube to put in the little box here. Okay. No,
Then you
actually,
can
this is a
take it.
green. Yeah,
That's
blocked.
good. Blocked. Okay. Then we're going to draw. Okay, and then this one you would take Crush because you're on Darkness. Okay, and then there's 2 more in there. All right, my turn. Go back to full. I stand up, but I'm going to move to here. Doesn't have any conditions, but I think I just want to do all my attacks on him. So let's first do the double damage one. Doesn't matter. We're attacking for +4 to the roll. 16. He's not. Oh, he's immune to Intimidate. Yeah, so I can't even put any conditions on him. So we're just doing all the attacks we can. So this only does 5. He can't be poisoned. He can't be intimidated. So that doesn't matter. Then we attack again. 19. That's a critical. So that does 10. We can't again do anything. Then we go back to this one. We can do again 2. This one does +1 damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's 1 shy. 18, that's critical. So this does +1, 12 damage. Okay, that's me done. He's not on top of Darkness, right?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so then nothing happens there.
Doesn't he like jump or something to it, or read the whole card, please? Or you can pass to me if you don't want to read it.
I can read it.
If the Undead King is on top of 1 or more Darkness tiles, not map, remove the smallest one among them from the board. The Undead King regenerates health, equal number of squares occupied, times number for heroes. If he's not on top of Darkness, this attack has no effect. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure we're not missing another jump or something.
Oh, but I did forget here to spawn these guys. Sorry.
Whoops.
Sorry. But we haven't got there. Now we're getting to them. So we're going to activate the minions.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So they need to... I don't think they can be... Oh, yeah. They can move here, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think.
So I don't want to be adjacent to them, that guy, right? So do I...
Hey, Beth. It's going okay. It's going okay. How about you? Hope you're having a good morning.
So I guess for the first one, I prevent 3. I take 2. And then for the second one, I'm taking 5 damage. I think I just prevent all 6 and I can move 2. And I move 1, 2. I don't think it matters. But, okay. Then the Undead King jumps to the most vigorous hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8.
8. Oh, that's you.
But technically he can't land on this area because the stacks are here and that's like a non-movable, preventable item. So he can't do that. So we'll just say he stays where he is.
Okay. So then nothing happens with that one. That's good. Then
It doesn't crush it like chests or anything like that, I don't think.
yeah, because where would
Because
they
if he was
go?
able to break those stacks and throw them off the board, that would totally mess up the whole scenario. That'd be rough. But maybe he does that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think he can go there because he's a large miniature.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay, so I guess I'm spending an action cube to just put 4 tokens back in. I will erase both skeletons. That will heal me too. And I will move 1, 2, 3, I think. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. No. I'll just go here, sure.
All right.
Maybe bad because I'm close to you in range 1 attack grab, but I want to get to this, I think.
The one's going to go here we can put, if that matters.
Sure, whatever. I'm still within range 1, so whatever.
Okay, so we replace that. Resolve all conditions, he doesn't have any. And then he jumps the most corrupted hero, which is me.
So now he'll be on
shoves.
darkness.
Okay.
So where you want to be shoved, anywhere around him.
I guess to not on darkness.
Okay.
Thank you. And then the Undead King attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X, 2, 3, 3 plus 2, so 5 damage.
Okay, I'll prevent 5 of that.
I will...
Oh yeah, I forgot I have this. Oh man.
Spend a cube to prevent all but 1, so I do have to take a curse, which he's immune to stealth, so I think we just do that. Okay, then we draw 2 runes, and then we're going to summon these skeletons, so I don't forget.
So when I was beside you, oh, never mind. This will kill them, right? There's
Yeah,
3.
but I can do it on my turn. I'll take it from you, because then I have to use it right away, right?
But you won't be able. I don't think you do that minor action if you're engaged the monster, no, in your combat, or can you do that one? I don't remember.
Well, I can attack first, and then I can move. So then I can move to here and grab it from you.
Okay, whatever. Yep.
Just so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay, that one.
It's going for you.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Okay.
This one.
Got the skeletons. Okay. Good skeletons. My turn. So I'm going to attack first on darkness. I think it's fine. We're going to do... We're gonna shield 2, move 2, and we're gonna attack at range.
You could probably move. Oh, I see. You could have. No, that wouldn't be range. Yeah, you gotta be over here. On darkness.
I can be here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I want to be beside you for the other one. I'm gonna be on darkness, I think, anywhere.
Yeah.
I have not used my actual move. 1, 2. I'm still can't.
Whatever.
That's fine. So we're attacking now with +4, -2. So just +2 to the roll. 17. Okay, that's a hit. So we deal 5 damage. Then I think we trade with Rob.
You gotta use this right away.
Yep.
So just kill
3
both
damage
skeletons.
to both. You get to heal 2.
I'm full.
Okay. And then I think I do this one. +1 damage and bleed 1 if successful. Again, we're +4, -2, so just +2 to the roll. 9, so +2 is a hit, so 5 damage and bleed 1. Then I can move for 3. We need to get back on this one.
I remember he throws us back to the other one, so it's
I guess
that
it
might
doesn't matter.
be. Yeah, just go off.
I'll
the
just go
darkness.
like that for now with my move. Okay, that is my turn done. If the Undead King is on top of darkness, 1 or more, remove the smallest one among them from the board.
So they're both size 4, so we'll just remove this one.
Okay, the Undead King regenerates health equal to the number of squares that tile occupied times the number of heroes.
So he's back up to 39.
If he's not, okay, so that is
Wow.
done.
That's trash.
Okay. Activate all minions. We don't have any. Then the Undead King jumps to the most vigorous. Oh, that's you.
Okay.
Each character in that area takes X damage.
So I'm down to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Down to 3. What happens
And
after?
is thrown to the darkness pool.
Oh yeah, this thing again.
39. Okay, we can do this. We can do this.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. Yeah, but he's going to do another 4 heal because of that. Unless he jumps again to somewhere else. But yeah, he does jump somewhere else, right?
This one he's going to jump to the most corrupted hero, which is me.
So he'll still be on at least a 4 heal again. Oh, an 8 heal, sorry. 8 heal again. Okay. So could just go get another stack.
There is. There's 4 in there.
Yeah.
1.
I don't have a way to use more cubes, so I'm definitely going to get hit and knocked out and we lose. Oh no, I can have 1 more cube. Yeah, so you have 1 more trauma on me and we're done. Okay.
You can hold an extra trauma, sorry?
Yeah, because of my
Okay, okay.
you can hold 1 more trauma cube on your board, but like I'm down here, like I could heal for 5, but I have no more prevents, so like every time a skeleton or this guy hits me, it's like, you know, I'm almost full dead. But I know if I just keep healing every round or using heals, that's doing no damage, it's getting no discs back in the bag. So I will just gonna do a jump 6 stealth thingy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish I could go 1 more. Stealth doesn't matter for him, but maybe for the skeletons. And then I will just burn another.
Unless you want to heal this one and then burn the next time.
No, because I might not be there. He might throw me around somewhere, push me somewhere. So like I got to take advantage when I'm beside it.
Okay.
Because that screwed me over before. It was like a waste. Like why did I move there? And if I'm going to waste entire turns, I might as well get something out of it. Okay. Done. I guess I have 3 move, right?
Yep.
So I could just
Yeah, if we can get him back on this big tile.
yeah, but again, it's going to be far away from you and whoever gets thrown up here. If it's me, I can shoot back, but I'm going to be knocked out, so. Anyways,
Okay.
Next.
Replace the last event with that one. And then we move that from the track because that was the last one.
Okay.
All right. He's going to take 1 damage from the bleed. Can never get the bleed to like stay, which is annoying. Then he jumps the most corrupted hero. That's me. Shoves all characters out of it.
Yeah, we need to burn them, but you don't have that anymore.
Burn. Yeah. So he's going to go like that. He's going to shove me. And then the Undead King attacks all enemies that are within range, dealing X plus 1, 2, 3, 4. X plus 2, so 4 plus 2. Do I have... Oh, sorry, thank you.
6.
Oh, I have 2 shields. So that blocks 2. So then 4 I'm taking. We're going to do retaliate 2. And I have to take 2, and I take a curse. Might need that cleanse. We're going to actually put that there. Okay. Then we're going to summon skeletons and draw 2 runes. Big one. That one? Oh, I think that actually can fit in there, right? In that spot with me.
Yep. Are they all so big, man?
I don't know. Well,
you picked the wrong ones.
I did.
You randomly probably put all the little ones on here.
Yeah, I probably should have like shuffled them or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably, but it's okay.
I didn't know.
This is going for me.
Yep. And then we got our skeletons. All right, my turn.
Yeah, because we can't have him keep healing 8. That's crazy. And so far, like he could heal 10 if he jumps over here.
Okay. Well, I think I just attack with +2, 5, 6, +6 to the roll, then -2 for darkness, so +4 to the roll. If successful, we get bleed 2. 7. we're good. So that does 5 damage. And bleed 2.
Back to 31.
What I need to do is set this up differently, so I do that first, then I deal my double damage. Then I think I just do...
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done the crazy, like, insane hits yet.
Well, because I was... The way that my tokens were... I wasn't... Yeah. I think I have to do this heal 2 and remove that. And then move... Oh my god, where do I move? I guess to this little spot. He's going to jump on me anyways. And then I recover all of these. I need that. I don't know that I need this.
You already have 1 trauma cube?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to stay up-ish. I just got all my blocks back, so I should be okay. Kind of. All right, so he's on top of darkness. So we're going to remove the smallest among them.
So this is 4. So he's going to heal for 8.
Yep.
This is gone. Back to 39. So that last round did 0 damage, nothing.
Well, I put 2 bleed on him, so I guess it was
I know,
a net
but
2.
it literally did nothing.
Yeah.
Back to 39
All
for
right.
the second time.
Then...
So it's like two rounds that have done nothing. Like, yeah, so 2 rounds he's fully reset all the damage you did.
Mm-hmm. Activate the minions. Oh my god. The minions are what's actually going to kill me.
Yeah.
So...
Nothing we can do.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They're going to move for 4. Range 1. Excuse me. Damage of...
Yeah, they'll just shoot from where they are. They don't even need to move.
Okay.
They're on darkness
Both
already.
hitting for 5, right?
Yeah.
So, let's... Prevent 3. No, I don't want that cube. This one. Take 2. And then the other hit, let's use this one to prevent 2, take 3, 1, 2, 3, and retaliate 2 to this one. All right. And then, then he's going to go. Then the Undead King jumps the most vigorous hero, which is me. And I'm thrown. Can you throw me to the darkness pool?
He jumps on you?
Yeah, he jumps on me.
Okay, darkness pool, where do you want to go?
I don't know. Close to the front. Then takes X damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So I will use this to prevent the 6, and I can move 2. 1, 2, 2. Okay. Your turn.
Under stealth. Actually, I could have them spawn together in the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just blow them away. Yeah, I'll just kill both skeletons. Heal for 2. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I can move to start doing range attacks, but I'll be that -4 again, and it's just like that doesn't do anything really. But I gotta use some red cubes up, so whatever. 3. We'll just do the double hit thing, -4 on each roll. 13 -4 is 9. That's still a hit. So that is 4 awesome damage.
We just have to
Well,
hit his
we're
heal.
not, so.
No, but if we're both attacking with... I'm going to try to attack with...
Yeah, maybe. Then I'll roll again. 7, so that's a miss, so I get 1 reroll on my turn.
19.
So that is another 6, I think, only. Yeah, 6. Oh, wait. Yeah, I rolled a natural 6. Yeah, okay. 6, so 29. Okay, done my turn.
What, you used 2 cubes?
Yeah, I killed the skeletons with a blue
sorry.
cube, and I attacked him with a red cube.
Okay, then he's
And
going
I
to take
moved.
2 more damage for the bleed.
Okay, 27.
And then he jumps to the most corrupted hero, which is me. Oh, which he won't be on darkness.
Yeah, that's great. So what does it do to you?
It shoves all characters out of it. I'll just go to somewhere that's not darkness, maybe here. And then the Undead King hits me for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I will self-prevent or self-fatigue to prevent all but 1. I just take 1. Okay, then we're going to summon these guys and draw 2. That one can't, so we just need just the 1 for, oh, that makes that one stronger. Oh, there's a little one.
Oh, I'm already in darkness,
sorry,
so this just goes on the bar, whatever, and crush 2.
Oh my god, I'm at 2 health.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like we're dead because of you get hit so much. It's like impossible unless somehow you get a super crit that does 27 damage.
So
but the skeletons are gonna kill you. It's like obvious.
Because even if I heal 2, it's not enough to block the skeleton. So
I think you not doing your like condition and your double and doubles and all that you were doing before in other scenarios. I think that's what.
Well, I think one time I tried and missed, and then.
Oh, okay.
But I think we can just try. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Don't worry, we won't replay this. I promise you.
We're gonna go here as my move.
Win or lose, we're done. That's for sure.
Okay, we're going to attack with +2, 5, 6, +6 to the roll. If successful, we get bleed 2, +6. Okay, successful. This could work. We get bleed 2. He has a condition now. We hit for 5. Then we're doing our deal double damage. And he has a condition. So we've done 5.
You just need to roll like 18 or higher and we win. That's all you have to do? It's based on D20 rolls? Yeah.
I have 2 attacks.
Okay.
Sorry. Did you remove the 5 or that's?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay, no. I just want to make sure I'm trying to calculate. Not that it'll work. Now, this is +4 to the roll. If successful, we deal double damage. Okay,
19.
we did. I think we did it.
There we go.
So we got 5, 6 times 2 is 12.
Down to 10.
Okay, then we attack again. Oh my god. 9, we got it.
How much is that?
Another 10, exactly. The first one was 12 because I got 16 plus, so give me an extra damage.
This does only 10?
This does 10, which is exactly enough.
Wow. Yep, you just had to roll hot on the last roll. Came down to rolling a D20.
Wait, I think maybe I even mathed that first one out wrong because I got 19, right?
Oh, are you forgetting your extra +1 off this?
No, but I don't think I doubled the double.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, so I think I got him on the first one.
If you doubled the double, it'd be one shot and we'd win.
5, 6, doubled is 12, and then crit is 24.
Yeah, so
he would have been dead on the
one
first
shot him on the previous attack. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you could have missed one roll based on that kind of idea, but you still need to hit like a 1 crit, I think.
Down to 2.
Boom.
2 health, 3.
Now you're knocked out, buddy. Give me some purple cubes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, here. You get some trauma cubes, bro. Take that.
No, I never math. You're right.
You're traumatized. Yeah.
There's one game I don't even think I used this ability that I got.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
We leveled up and didn't level up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it bugs me a little bit too that I never got like I was thinking like we'd have another chance to get, and maybe there was a chance just based on we skipped scenarios or choices or things we didn't interact with properly.
Yep.
But I wanted this so bad to get my weapon attack and my spells to get an extra +1 damage when I'm holding a trauma cube. That would have been sick, but that didn't happen.
To be honest, I got so excited that I was successful in my rolls. I wasn't even thinking of the math. I was like, no, I think we just did it.
Yeah, sweet. So we win.
Oh my gosh.
So let's read the, whatever we're told to read. End of adventure, the death of death. I know. Okay, here it is. You knew that this battle would not be easy, even if even possible. However, with the future of thousands of lives in your hands, you rise to the challenge and give all yourself to the task. The skeletal figure takes a long time to become really hurt, nonetheless. Just as dragons with their impressive size have their weaknesses, the Lord of the Undead must also have his limits. In the exchange that makes up a fight of hitting without being hit, of surpassing the limit that the other can withstand before they surpass yours, there are blows that you must choose to receive and others you'll have to avoid at all costs. We, frail mortals, learned this lesson earlier in our lives, whereas the undead king never needed it after becoming a creature of darkness. Being able to remake his body as if wearing an outfit, sparring injuries was never a concern for him. On the contrary, it was always his advantage. But not being destroyed by the death of his body and being unable to feel pain and never taught him to be careful. This time he does learn, but some lessons come too late. The adventure ends here. You may now proceed to the camp phase.
What?
I'm not camp phasing. Get out of here.
No, it's like cleanup, isn't it?
But maybe if like you own expansions
you're
or
gonna
Kickstarter
continue?
FOMO upgrades, you have extra scenarios and stuff that you can continue. So let's read. After the adventure, the hero of Darren. Back when this all started, you had no idea that the darkness was or what nefarious purposes it and the undead king had. What kind of creature would want to annihilate everything that is alive just like that? Can this even be considered a goal? Your journey brought you to a world of discoveries that the Lord of Death used a very ancient power to become what he was, the supreme master of necromancy. A power so influential that in the end, no one could say when the man's consciousness ended and that of the monster began. The obedient servant of this murderous urge to raise an army and purge all life from Drunagor was born. When you least expected it, you found yourself embroiled in this war and the fate of the kingdoms of Darren and their people. Trying to revert the tide for their sake, you fought many battles over the most diverse fields and get to where you are. Though your task seemed impossible, this war could not be won. However, from the living to have a chance of defending themselves, one thing was certain. The serpent's head needed to be cut off. A huge problem when no one even knew how to harm said snake. Considering these probabilities, there would be no one to bet on the success of Darren's defenders. However, the improbable happened. Against all odds, you reach this final moment when the majestic figure of the undead king lies thrown to the ground, defeated, broken, and hopeless. With his skeletal arms raised as if begging for his unlife, the creature that once made an entire continent afraid and now fears his own destiny, clamoring for mercy, he knows that he doesn't deserve and will not get. No, to you, he cries to be put out of his misery, and you gladly do it, delivering the killing blow that takes half a life and saves tens of thousands. Screaming for the last time, the collapsing figure shouts a roar that makes the walls tremble and the darkness stir as if on fire. You can swear that you hear a tar-like miasma screaming too, as it slowly dries and withers like brambling vines roasting under the sun, waiting for the wind to blow it away like shattered dust. The victory at the siege of Nera brought the war against the undead king to an end, staving off the so-called Age of Darkness, which the creature of darkness supposed would last forever. Title or not, you are the hero of Darren. And that's all.
We are the heroes.
We are the heroes of Darren.
I do have to say, though, really quickly, we were very lucky in the keywords that we had or the outcomes that we had, because we would not have won if we didn't minus.
Well, I don't know what the other one did too. Like maybe if we didn't get those, you probably would have had the other one or something, you know, like.
But we were able to remove 60 health
but again,
from him.
I don't think we played perfect. Like I probably didn't need to waste a turn getting another stack as quickly as I did. I just wanted to get like 2 stacks in the bag, and I thought we would have enough discs and we could just forget about them for a while.
Yeah.
But I probably.
But even so, I think there's not many in here. There's only 4 in here, and you did 2 stacks.
Oh,
or
okay.
like 4 from 2 different stacks.
But technically, I wasted 1 stack then. I wasted a cube because I could have done more damage, maybe even won 2 discs earlier.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see? Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
But yeah. Internet not on our end. Okay.
Oh, on.
Malgamus internet kicked out. Okay. Thought ours did. I was like, oh man.
Now you got to watch from the beginning because you don't know what happened.
No, you don't need to watch it. Okay.
Is it a short run?
Yeah. Which we could have just played this yesterday, like after the snare. I just didn't know what exactly was going on.
No, I didn't know either.
And then I saw that whole page of rules for the setup. I'm like, we'll just deal with that later. I got stuff to go do. But yeah, we talked yesterday on stream a lot about our thoughts and frustrations with some of the game. But we'll try to give like what we liked. This is just off the cuff. What I can remember. I won't remember everything. Obviously, we've been playing this game for months. And many games in between. So things get diluted. We're not fully focused on it. So full disclosure, we bought this game ourselves off crowdfunding. We only went with the lowest pledge. We're just playing with basically the core set only with mixed in 1 mandatory, if you backed it on crowdfunding, expansion called Spoils of War, which was just some extra heroes and monsters and things to add to the experience. So if you're just getting just the core set only at like retail, I guess it'd be a slightly different than what we had access to, but pretty similar. We also paid extra from our local game store to buy those trays that we put our hero mats and cards and cubes in. So that did not come in the core set by default. So we also spent that extra money on that. So you wouldn't have that by default either. I could care less for them. They're cool with how they hold cubes to make things not slide around, but they're too big. Like, it's just too much table space for one player area. But it does, like, it's definitely a good way to sell the game at a convention when people see the table presence of this game. It definitely is made to sell on video and at conventions to get people to back on crowdfunding. It did a good job of that, I guess. So, I'll go with things I like. And again, I've mentioned probably all this stuff during the entire playthrough, but for those that didn't join us all the way through or just want to hear our final thoughts after all the scenarios, I really like the cube mechanic of balancing like which cubes you put on which actions. You can't just, it stops it from being like some fantasy game dungeon crawlers we play, like or adventure games even. I'm thinking of Hexplore It. Hexplore It, you get like 2-ish big text ability boxes, and on your turn you're pretty much doing one of those 2 or both those every attack. Every time it gets your turn, you're like, I'll just do the same attack I did last time, and I'll do the same attack I did last time. Sometimes that can get a little boring and annoying, and a lot of games are like that, where you have your obvious best abilities and you're going to try to do those as much as possible. In this, you do have your best abilities, but they get blocked by cubes. Sometimes you get cubes that allow you to ignore those blockages, and then the curse cubes coming in. I love that decision of what I might need in this scenario, what I should block. Trauma cubes, same thing. But in general, I like the little cube thing, and I like the way this game kind of like feels like Sword and Sorcery with the whole, you get a bunch of cards that have abilities on them, and you're just choosing which card to do.
Yeah.
And instead of Sword and Sorcery's countdown mechanic where you like turn the card, and you're waiting for it to tick back.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. But I like this cube thing. It feels like it's different, but it's really just a rip-off of the Sword and Sorcery system, really. This game just feels like a Sword and Sorcery clone in a lot of ways, but they just went like, let's change every aspect by one little notch to make it feel like a completely different game. Instead of a book of secrets, let's use door cards. Like, instead of like using this type of movement, let's make it so you can move like diagonal and everything moves diagonal. Let's add levels of 0, 1, and 2 like Descent did in their 3rd edition, but let's make it more simple, which I like. I like how it's easy to set up and keep playing. I do like the different levels. They didn't really come into play too often.
I mean, yeah, just some of the
just a
attacks.
-2 hit here, a -2 hit there.
Which I like that.
Yeah. The darkness was kind of cool and is annoying and fiddly, and the little Tetris tiles are weird and stuff, but you get used to it. I feel like you get used to it. It's cool that we had abilities that ignore the damage part of it, because if we didn't, I would be frustrated. But it's still, I wish the darkness was not here or just done differently or something. I don't know.
Well, I wish it was exactly how we had our abilities. So when you move on darkness, it actually doesn't penalize you, but it does penalize you for attacks and things like that.
Yeah.
Which that thematically makes sense.
Yeah, and I know people already told us that other fans who back like the 1st edition, all that, complained about darkness, and they've changed it in future expansions and yada yada. And you can play it however you want. There's different versions of the rules that you can apply to make things different, I've heard. But again, we're just playing version 1.5, base game. So keep that in mind if you own other expansions or you own other games with a similar system. Take it with a grain of salt what we're saying. And again, this game might be the best game for you, but we're just giving our thoughts. But use that in your own calculation. But what we think about a game, you might like the opposite. Like if I say I don't like this, you might like that, whatever. So hopefully this information helps somebody either avoid it because it's not for them, or jump into it because it is perfect for them. The initiative track thing, the darkness tiles and the discs, that system of kind of keeping a clock on the game, as some dungeon crawlers like have their own way of like a timer. It's okay. I think it needs to be there, because if it wasn't there, it would be too easy, but then they would obviously have to just change some math and stuff to fix that balance. But yeah, the initiative track being too big, that was annoying, table space wise, how it takes up so much table space for all those cards. And again, we weren't even using the mats. Like, imagine we were using these to track damage on the table also. You literally, it's so much space. This game's a table hog. But again, cool table presence. What else do I like? I like the decks of loot are okay. The upgrading loot in the camp phase, the getting rewards throughout the campaign. I feel like it was a little too rigid. Now you get level 1 skill. Now you get this thing. Now you get level 2 of this thing. Now you're back to level 1 of this thing. It's very structured throughout. I wish it was more I know it needs to be structured. There's still choice, but wouldn't it be cool if it's like, now take any ability or class skill or this.
Yep.
And then next it was like, now take any item from this or this deck, whatever. And so like the item deck, right? And then it went back to skills and abilities, like we're all together. So you could like really craft this cool character. It feels a little linear.
Yeah, that was also going to be one of my comments as well.
Yeah. But it's like a not bad upgrade system. It's just like very weird out. In this scenario, you're always going to get one of these things. In this scenario, you're always going to get one of these things. And it's like,
and I wish I knew that from the beginning, the way it was laid out like that, so I would make my choices differently.
Yeah, like
right?
I feel
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I just thought, oh, maybe we'll get.
Yeah, I feel like
one.
I messed up my class upgrade stuff. I even had to respec it because we didn't get what was going on. I thought there was going to be way more of that upgrading since there was so many cards and so many cubes and sections.
Yep.
But again, I'm sure if we inserted optional expansions, which maybe make the full completed campaign that they intended on, maybe there would have been more upgrade steps throughout there, which would have made it feel like a more complete character at the end, where more cards are chosen, more what is it called, class abilities or whatever. If we had more of those filled in, it would be cool. But then it would make it easier at the end.
Yeah.
Because those inserted scenarios, if they give you more rewards, then once you get to the end, it's like you're going to crush it. Because if the end doesn't take into that consideration that you've jammed in extra scenarios, but maybe the rewards in those side scenarios are like not anything really, or they're balanced, or it's like going forward, this punishment is on your campaign, but here's some extra rewards. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? I don't know what else I like. I like the NPC stuff, kind of. Like, NPCs in games are annoying, but I like the sturdiness they had.
Yeah, yeah.
That was kind of cool, the way they kind of like were a little more solid and actually felt like they helped.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always happen in games. Usually they're just useless sacks of crap.
Oh, yeah, just following you.
But they were actually pretty helpful in this, and I like that they all had their own card and their own abilities and their own text and stuff, and they actually like ran around the map and did damage and took hits and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. Mel, what did you like about the game? Give some positives. No negatives. Try to leave the negatives out for now.
Yeah, so
see if you can.
I can.
Just joking.
So I really liked the character progression and the build-up. That felt very exciting. Like every scenario, it felt like you were getting a new something, whether it was an item, a skill. It's just something that you were like, oh, I want to use this new ability that I have or what. And I really like that. I love games where you can progress a character as you go. You already mentioned the initiative track. Okay, yes, it is big, but I actually liked it because, and maybe more because it was in front of me and I was kind of working it more. One, I like these tokens that you put on the initiative track, and I like how the monster abilities kind of interacted with how many. Like, just for example, in this one, so the one that was affecting us was 5, where this one had 2. Like, well, I wish that we had that one that was making the monster do something instead, right? So I like how these tokens actually manipulate what the monster does, or how much damage it does, or how many shields it gets. And
it is clever too for replayability. So the next time you replay it, you could have different colors come out, which change, and different monsters are drawn too. Like the randomness of the monsters.
So I actually like this.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
The other thing I like about this is you can see all of the enemies and the order of activation, so you can use that to your advantage, as we tried to do in some scenarios where it was like, okay, Rob, if you can stun this enemy, it won't go, and we can attack this one, or we can focus on this enemy. So you can actually see everything kind of like laid out in front of you. And yes, you can see that with other games, but I just felt like the presence of this, I liked it, and maybe because I was kind of working with this. I know you hate. I actually like the D20 with the pluses and minuses and all of that. It makes it kind of fun, and it makes it really exciting, like obviously until you miss. But the ability of having crits, that for me was really exciting. I don't know, because I don't play a lot of games where...
Yeah, it's just like the D&D style. Yeah. Like we play in those D&D board games, but it's like an RPG, like 101, like 70-year-old mechanic. Like it's just people like nostalgically love that stuff. But,
I like that.
But I'm like, no,
I like to roll dice, which made our builds me the one that's rolling dice and you the one that's not, because when you hit that critical on the die, it's like the most exciting thing. So I really like that. I like the levels. I thought it was cool. I like the puzzle of the scenarios. Yeah. I'm not saying the game...
No, we're only talking about positives right now.
I'm talking about positives right now. He asked me for my positives, but then we can switch now. You go ahead.
So yeah, negative stuff, talked about it a lot already, is we've bought... This is the second edition of the game, basically. Version 1.5, they called it, which was delayed for years, it felt like. at least months, but probably years. I don't pay attention to it that closely. I just remember lots of emails saying, sorry guys, it's delayed. Sorry guys, it's delayed. Sorry guys, it's delayed. And I'm thinking, take your sweet ass time. I have so many games to play. I just want the best game to show up on my doorstep that's the most polished it can be. And they had the advantage of already having it out in the wild, tons of fan feedback. They were saying they were changing a bunch of stuff. They probably did change a bunch of stuff. But to see that errata sheet, how detailed it was, and how much was missing from that errata sheet as we're playing through it and finding stuff on BGG that's not even added to the errata was really frustrating when you assumed all the delays, the second edition, asking people for more money again, you're going to get a better product. It might have been a better product. I don't know. I don't have the first one. But compared to other games around the same time that come out for around the same amount of money, I expected more polish. We're not in the days of 2012 Kickstarter anymore, where things can be full of just typos, errata, broken rules, mechanics, all that stuff, bad playtesting, bad balance, bad quality control, all that. I expect more. I do expect more. And this game didn't deliver in that. There was bad translations, poorly written story, lots of I don't know what to do here, lots of break in the play and enjoyment to look up rules, then to get confused by one page of rules that describes something this way, and then a footnote on another page that totally breaks that rule in the same rule book. It's like the rule book, we know it was written in a different language, I assume, but translated by 7 different people who then double check each other's work. That's what it felt like. Lots of lookup on BGG. You'll find lots of people getting confused and stuck and not sure what to do next. And that just ruins the gameplay. And no matter how fun moving cubes are around and positioning and trying to like math out the scenario and play it as best you can, when you have to stop in the middle and not remember whose turn it was and what was going on, totally, I'd rather just be playing a different game at that point. Like, that's enough to break my enjoyment. I know you have to sit in a rule book to get into a game. That's not the best part. Playing the game is. But when the rule book becomes that super integrated part of the game because it's like you don't trust it, that ruins the whole experience. And I could just play one of 4,000 other fantasy dungeon crawlers that have a better rule book or better scenario book or better interactions book that just doesn't have so many, or door cards that just don't have so many misprints and erratas and wrong map tile pictures and wrong map tile names. And like, Jesus Christ, during those delays, just pay someone to play test every scenario, make sure your work is correct. But instead, I think the delays were, they weren't working on this game. They were delaying this game to work on their next Kickstarter game. And the delays were just because they didn't want to pay as much money for shipping or paper cost or something at the time. And they thought if they could just delay, prices would come down, tariffs would come down, whatever it was at the time. And then they just, boom, print it as it is from 8 months ago when they last worked on it and just send it out and who cares? And let the fans find the problems with it. They basically treat it like a software project going into early access, or here's your alpha build. Have fun playing it, guys. Like, let us know what the bugs are so we can fix it in the future maybe with an errata sheet. So that was really frustrating and took away from a lot of the experience. And yeah, I could give a crap about the mats. I don't like the game trays the way they're like not the proper size for being on top of tiles. That's annoying. That happened in a few scenarios. Again, this whole thing, the way we fix it with dice, like we shouldn't have to do that. What else? I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't like also like I thought I would like it over time and it did get better. But again, the stuff I talked about, how they changed all the rules just to be different from every other dungeon crawler. Mm-hmm. The way they make movement a little weird. They made, what else they make weird? There was a bunch of things they just made different to be different. Yeah. And you could tell they just tweaked so many things about what you expect from a fantasy dungeon crawler to make themselves stand out with like the darkness mechanic and stuff. Which some of it I thought was annoying. It grows on you over time. But I have to also remember, like, most people will buy this game and probably play this game only for weeks or months or a year, whatever. And that's easy for you just to get into that world, struggle through those differences, but you get used to them. And then you might buy expansions or have all the expansions. You just play that game for a long time. Mm-hmm. But for us, when I'm like, play other games like this and we go to other games, I come back to this rule set, it really shows, like, why does this work this way? This is weird. Like, oh, they're trying to be different. I get it. Trying to stand out, right? But some of the things should have just been left to be standardized and like, you know, the darkness needed to be there, I think, because that really makes it different. Yeah. But yeah, there was other things. I can't remember right now, but there were so many weird things. I like the cube restriction, though, on the range. I thought that was a neat way to do range, where it's like just 1 square to 1 square. I thought it was weird to do it that way, but it's nice the way it gets rid of like line of sight.
Yep.
And it kind of keeps it simple. And I like the way the color of cubes, as it was confusing at the beginning.
Oh yeah, once you get used to it though.
Yeah, that was an annoying change. Whereas like, oh, I have to remember the color of cube matters for my range and what I can do, but for certain abilities, but not weapon abilities, but also these abilities and how spells are different. It was all cool. Like eventually I got used to it and I liked that stuff. It was fine. But yeah, it's just some choices, and I can't remember. I talked about them probably early in the playthrough, where it was like, why is this like this? Oh, that's. I remember in their like mission statement was kind of like, we're just trying to be different. Like this is a brand new, different game, like nothing you've ever played before. But it's like, no, it is exactly like I played before. You've just kind of tweaked like one thing here and there, but overall, it's still like a very similar dungeon crawling game with like a light story through it. Yeah.
I have just a few things I don't like, but not.
Yeah, I can't remember what else. I ranted a lot yesterday. I burned out, but that's pretty much it. Oh, I thought I liked the way they used the doors to surprise. I wish they just used an app instead.
Yeah.
I know some people like that or the other, but if they used an app, we maybe wouldn't have ran into so many bugs in door cards because they could have fixed them in an app.
Yeah.
Before mass people got their game and ran into those.
What about a door card as they had with the little story, but it just had maybe the QR code that you scanned?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, if it was just like that, maybe. But even the app to take place of like the giant interactions book, which was full of bugs too.
Yeah.
Like I just going from playing games that use an app to replace books. Where it's not like completely changing the game, it's just like replacing all the media stuff so that the developer, publisher, whatever, can fix things after they catch them, so that somebody who plays things a little later, that it's all fixed and you don't run into game-breaking bugs, right?
Yeah.
And in that app, they could put reminders, so when you come into something and they have a lot of people asking on BG of like, well, this doesn't make sense, they could then go in and add text to remind you, remember rule on page 41 about this is how this works. This is really important right here. Like you can do stuff like that. You can't do it when you print piles of books and send them to people full of errata and issues and bugs and like just broken systems.
Yeah.
Because then it's just garbage. Then you're just using a PDF and you're basically have an app with your game because you have Adobe open the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's an app and you got your computer or your laptop or your phone nearby, right? So I wish they just use an app like we see with some games. The way like Awaken Realms games will sometimes just have an app option. So anytime you need an interaction, you type in the number, boom, here's the story. Great. I know I'm reading the latest and greatest because they can update in the app. Or Lands of Galzier, like Sammy will go and fix stuff in the app to make sure it's like accurate all the time, right?
Yeah. And you're less likely to read an incorrect error or your eyes wander to something else.
Correct, yes. And it's just like we've seen it so many times with games that's the future. This printing a bunch of books that become instantly obsolete once they leave the printers because they're full of so many issues. That's just a waste. That's a waste of money, waste of shipping weight. You're paying for that. And that just doesn't need to be done. That should be eliminated. That should be full digital. But yeah, that would have improved things, I think. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways.
Is there more you didn't like?
No, I don't know. I can't remember.
Do you want me to say a few things?
Yeah, go ahead.
I only have very, very minor.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of mine is similar to what you said about the abilities. Like I wish there was more flexibility in our abilities or what we were allowed to take. But okay, that's how the game is, so that's fine. The other thing I didn't love so much was the sequential chapters and the sequential chapters being full scenarios. It didn't, like, that didn't make sense to me. Like, a sequential chapter to me means I may be playing a shorter chapter, like, over the whole, like, over 3 sessions, let's say.
Just reminded me
right?
where I was going.
Because I think if you're playing, like, 3 full games, but not having a camp phase between, like, I didn't really love that whole mechanic of it.
That was balanced out for it. Like, you skipped the camp phase, but they made ways where it's, you still got to recall, you still got to heal up, and like there was things like that.
But some we didn't.
Yeah, but I think it's still balanced. It was kind of a cool pressure. It was a good way to spice up the campaign in the middle of it, I think, because it would have got boring if it was just literally the same read story, play session, do camp phase.
That's my next thing is I felt that the scenarios were all the same. The only difference it felt like was like how many tokens you took out at the beginning, right?
That's
Every
one thing
scenario was exactly the same to us.
Yep.
So I didn't really feel there was any like excitement other than like, oh, this scenario we're gonna bring some guy with us, and then now we have a guy and a woman. Okay.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate though, the one scenarios that stick out to me were the fun ones with the doors that were 4 random doors,
Yes, I
and
like
the
that.
whole map was
The
set
only
up.
different one.
Yeah, but we only did that like twice.
Yeah.
But they were it's good to spice it up with what they could within the systems that they can fit in that size of a box, right?
Yeah.
That's what you can tell they were limiting to, and they were keeping other kind of stuff probably in expansions to make that different.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just trying to make the best what they could with all the plastic and cardboard they fit in just this box. So for that, I think they did pretty good stretching it over 18 scenarios, which is not overdoing it, and we didn't even have to play all 18, which I think is nice. Again, I feel like Jaws of the Lion, the length of campaign, like 15 to 16-ish scenarios out of 20-ish in the box, is the standard. And this game was that, and I like that. That's where I want to go. I don't need 90-something scenarios, 100-something scenarios, but we're going to play 60 of them for a campaign. That's too much.
But don't you think that when it's always the same and maybe I mean like, oh, okay, go through all these 3 doors and kill all enemies. Go through all these 3 doors, kill all enemies.
Yeah.
Like I just wish it was varied. Like maybe it was like get to this place and then get out. Like go get this treasure and get out to the exit, or like just varying up what we need to do in a scenario, except for killing all enemies and open all the doors. You know what I mean? I just felt it was very samey all the way through.
Yeah, it was always like tweaking one thing, like you said. Different discs.
Yep.
And maybe darkness doesn't do the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
But still is there. But like ignore this one rule, but add this other rule. And it was like, that was it.
Yeah. So it just felt very samey each scenario.
Like third room's always a commander. Oh, there's a commander
exactly.
again.
We could almost predict what was going to happen.
Yeah. So again, we only played 2-player. I don't know if this game at 3, 4, 5-player, whatever, might feel way cooler, but it would definitely be way longer to play, right? Because you'd have so many minis to worry about. I think you'd fail a lot more because so many times it came down to super tight positioning. If we were in this space versus this space, we would have hit the extra trauma cube and died.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you have 5 people around the map trying to make sure they're in the right spot, and all the monsters you'd have then is so many monsters, is like everyone's going to be getting hit all the time. But you would have also classes that might do more healing, more controlling, more stuff like that to balance it out, more tanking, which we kind of didn't have all that covered. So we were a little fragile, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why it got a little more scary for us, I think. But
I think our characters worked well together. They worked very, very well, I thought.
Yeah.
Especially in some of the middle scenarios.
Yeah,
like Rob being able to be controlling of the enemies and then me trying to be able to hit them before they can attack us back.
Yeah.
So
where I was going with the story door thing, the doors, which again is just simulating what Mansion of Madness and Descent and Lord of the Rings do with the app from Fantasy Flight Games. They just decided, let's not piss off people using electronics because we don't know how to program software. Let's just put it on door cards, which I like was clever. When I saw that on the crowdfunding campaign, I was like, okay, that's clever. I'll check that out. That's different.
I didn't hate that.
But it's not so different. It's just like a slight tweak that like still feels like you're playing a similar kind of game.
But still hiding the information.
Yes. I like how it hides future stuff. I can't just see it on like Gloomhaven. You see the whole scenario set up, all the monsters you're going to play with, or everything on the right page in the beginning. And you're like, oh, I know the boss is in that last room.
Yeah, you just don't know where.
Yeah. But the varied scenarios, so it scared me a little bit at the beginning. Remember, it was like, there was like a shortish scenario, and I was like, this is very manageable. I like this. After coming from Fate Forge or Iridia, I was like, okay, this is kind of neat. But then all of a sudden we had that super long scenario that was like never ending, and I was like, whoa.
Like replacing tiles.
Yeah, what are you trying to tell me here? Like, how long do I need to tell my buddies we're going to be playing tonight? And I couldn't do that. So that's why we never played this game with Kyle on a weeknight 3-player, which I wanted to play a 3-player. I think Kyle would have liked this game. But the fact we never knew how actual long a scenario would be because stuff was hidden and the game didn't have like a time limit. They said on their website, like, what was it, 30 minutes per player or some bullshit that was like totally fake just to sell copies, which annoyed me. But we looked at that earlier in the playthrough. But the fact that like some scenarios were like pretty quick and then some were like really long, there was no like kind of consistency, which is like, I'm fine with it being a little varied, but they could balance it so they kind of, like, people's time is, you know, kind of valuable. So like, tell me I'm going to be playing for 3 hours and make it 2 to 3 is fine. Like
have like a little note at the beginning, like the next scenario will be a longer one. So
we've seen that. We've seen that in many games where like they have a length or complexity rating on each scenario to give you an idea. Like, maybe I'd tell my buddies to come over on a Saturday afternoon instead for this next one because, warning, this may be a long scenario, which is cool. It doesn't spoil too much.
No.
I just wish they kind of did that. They're a little disrespectful there on that stuff where it's like, they probably thought it was cool designing the game and playing it at home. And solo players would just leave it set up on a table, you know, and play it whenever they want over multiple days. But if you're playing this game multiple people and those people have jobs and families and have time, like, to get them together, you need to like respect that a little bit more. And that was not done. But overall, I think it's pretty generic fantasy dungeon crawler game. Yeah. But overall, like, I liked it. It was fine. I don't feel like I got ripped off for my money. I had fun with the whole thing. It had just enough story. I like just reading like one page of story. If I care about it or not care about it, who cares? It was one page. That's fine. It's kind of fun to set up the scenario. I kind of like when they were telling us about, oh, we'd open up a door card and be like, oh, in this room, there's some dude in the corner dying. Go help him or whatever. And the interaction book thing, I forgot to mention. I thought that was okay. But again, that should be part of the app.
Yeah.
Where like you just, oh, you go in this room, you open the door, and then it shows a guy on the page. You click on your option. Boom, here's your result. Yeah, it would have been so smooth. And then if anything was wrong with that, they could just fix it in the software online or on the web app or whatever. Would have been so much nicer. You don't need a full extra book for that. But I did like that sometimes where it was like set up the story of what was in the room. And then a guy was there, a monster was there trying to kill the NPC. I thought that was cool. But then I kept reusing it. And I was like, okay, they're doing it over and over. This is kind of lame.
But it's the same thing as...
Yeah, so it got repetitive. There's so much where I said it probably a lot. I know I said it a lot as we played was, oh, we've seen this before. They're doing the exact same thing we saw like 2 scenarios ago. Okay, this is no different.
Yeah.
So it's like they had this like menu of here's how we take away rules and add rules for every scenario. And we just pull from that in each scenario just to kind of make it feel different. But it's still, they all felt very same overall. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. That was just my biggest negative, I thought.
Yeah.
Because in so many of these dungeon crawler games, there's a little bit of variation in what we need to do in a scenario, and I didn't feel it. It was here.
Yeah, true.
Because there was even times we joked of like, oh, we could probably just run past these enemies, but oh, we probably have to kill them still. So
yeah, it's probably going to be all enemies have to die at the end, or we can't read the end of adventure. And every time it was the same. Like, oh, there's all this cool stuff, and we feel like we have to run, and ignore enemies. And then we get to the end, it's like, now you must, after the last enemy is defeated, read the end of adventure. And we're like, oh, so we would have had to go back and defeat all those other enemies anyway?
And how many times were we like adjusting it on the screen and you're like, we probably don't need to go back here because we never ever had to go back.
Yeah.
Which I always thought with these epic scenario builds, like, why are you not telling me to go get this chest or this item and come all the way back?
Which they did in those ones that had the 4 random doors. That's like I said, they only did it twice.
Yeah.
Where it was like, run over this one, but then it teleported you back in the middle if you wanted to go get another door.
Yeah.
But yeah, there need to be some like pick up this here, deliver this here, or go to the end, kill this boss, get out to the exit before all the discs run out.
Yeah.
And have enemies chasing you out that you don't have to all kill them all.
And it's up to you if you do. Maybe you have time, maybe you don't.
So I'm thinking a lot of Gloomhaven and Frosthaven scenarios and stuff that are like that, right? They change up it by giving you just different win conditions.
Yeah.
And Gloomhaven was, people were pissed off about that game feeling very samey. It was always kill all monsters, kill all monsters, kill all monsters. And they fixed that in Frosthaven, give tons of variability.
Yep.
So I guess looking back now, it kind of shows in games that don't do it that way. But again, this game was only like 16 scenarios. So even though it felt samey, if you're only playing this like once every 2 weeks with your friends, that is totally fine. Mm-hmm. It's not going to feel samey because you take breaks from it. We would play it like twice a week. Yeah. So we kind of see it. We see it hitting us over and over again, like, oh, this is very samey, you know? Yeah. But yeah, it's a fine dungeon crawler. Feels just like a variation on like sword and sorcery level of game.
Yeah,
not much more complex, not much difference. Just minis moving around a map. A little bit of light story, a little bit of surprises behind the door cards or Book of Secrets kind of style. Mm-hmm. And finding some loot in cards, adding cards to your tableau, picking from options, and they have a cooldown on those options. It's very, very similar to Sword and Sorcery. It just looks nicer. I feel like it looks pretty nice. Mm-hmm. But I do miss the tiles in Sword and Sorcery, making like those unique tiles, building the maps out and stuff. Yeah. This was very like always the same, very structured. It felt like you're playing on a Tetris board, like you know, like everything's square and rigid and Tetris style. But
and they were limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, very limited in this one. What they could.
But it's still okay. I don't mind the little levels and stuff. That was nice. But yeah, there you go. That's our thoughts. Malganus, we did mention that. Malganus in the chat says, we found the writing was too long and poorly worded in too many places too. Yeah, it was very like wordy.
I was like drifting off.
Yeah, I was like stumbling on it. Yeah, it was like, felt like there was like very wordy, weird way. But again, that might be just a translation problem. But again, a story doesn't make or break a game like this for me.
Never.
As long as it sets the setting correctly and I understand where I'm playing, what I am, and who's the bad guy, who are the good guys, and like what we're kind of doing, I'm okay. I don't care who's where and what the world is, like what town got destroyed, like whatever. Just get me to the fight and let's have some fun rolling dice and killing. Oh yeah, that's what I hate. I forgot. This is boring. D20, rolling a D20 and checking your plus or minuses is boring. So boring. So boring. Boring. I prefer to roll a few more dice. I prefer custom dice with symbols on them.
Like hits and misses.
It's very cosmetic, but I just feel it adds to the table presence, adds a little bit to the complexity, and just looks cool as hell when you're rolling like, you know, defensive dice, attack dice, or not as Massive Darkness crazy. You don't have to be like Massive Darkness where literally I need help holding all the dice I have to roll on my turn.
They don't fit in the tray.
That's a little too far on the one end. But I feel like games, I think, like Sword and Sorcery and stuff, in the middle where it's like custom dice and different monsters roll different types of dice. Like, even Descent has that too, the different colored dice and stuff. I just like, just give me some custom dice to make it look cool on the table, cool when I'm rolling it. Not just a boring black and white D20. Like, at least it wasn't D6s, boring old plain D6s. But yeah, I just would have liked that. I like that kind of system. I know it's petty and it's simple, but like, I just don't care. After we played all those Dungeons and Dragons board games, just rolling a D20, checking your plus or minus. Did I hit or did I not? Feels super bad when you miss. Feels mediocre when you hit. When you crit, it feels great, I guess. When you roll a 1, it's like the highs and lows are just not needed. We felt that. That's the problem with Gloomhaven too, is and I know you can take out the null and the times 2 to make it feel a little more not so swingy, but yeah, sometimes you need that excitement, I guess, in the game.
Do you think, though, actually a D20 is worse in a game where you have such a time crunch? Because sometimes those misses are completely out of your control.
But they're built into the system that it's all probability, right? So they know you're going to miss so many and they know you're going to hit so many. It's just how dice work.
Yeah.
Which once you know that simplicity of it, you're like, oh, then why am I even playing this and making decisions when it all comes down to this stupid one die being rolled? I'm going to hit a bunch of monsters properly. I'm going to miss a bunch of monsters properly. But the game is balanced that no matter what, it should come down to you winning or losing based on a single die roll. That's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did that, but...
I mean, I think in this scenario, yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
that we just played, yes. But in others,
which is supposed to feel exciting. But because, like, I understand how that works, it's like it makes it feel very, like, I'm stupid and you think I can't figure that out. And, like, it then makes my decisions feel less meaningful.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I'm going to choose this attack, but this attack's going to hit this many % of times. And like, as I'm taking items that give me plus to my hit, or taking abilities that give me plus to my hit rolls, great. I'm going to hit more, you think.
You think, yeah.
But then when you get your upgraded weapon, that requires you to roll a higher number.
Yeah.
Then you're just leveling up everything on an even playing field. And it's too obvious. It's not hidden enough to understand that everything's just scaling together.
Yeah.
And it kind of is like, Madara had that problem.
Yeah, which I didn't love.
And it just makes you feel like, oh, then why am I choosing, like, what does it matter what I choose? And I'm just playing the same game again. You just added one number to this and added one number to that, and I'm playing the exact same thing. It's just like, I don't know. Just kind of starts to feel like a little boring. But yeah, we have more games to play, so I'm happy to finish this one. I'm not looking forward to playing expansions for this or playing any other versions of this game. I played this. I understand it. It's great. I got to play it, and now I've played Chronicles of Drunagor. I know what it's about. I know what people are talking about. But I'm looking forward to moving on and playing other games of all different genres, types, and themes and things, as we do here on the channel. If you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you to those supporting us, allowing us to buy games like this, play them for you here live on YouTube. Check out the playlist link down below if you're looking for any more playthroughs of this series, if you want to go back and watch. Or check out our playlist tab on our YouTube page, where you can find playthroughs of many giant box, campaign, fantasy, dungeon crawler, adventure games. We've been doing this for like, I don't know, 13 years or something on YouTube/Twitch. So yeah, if you're looking for that stuff, check it out. Anything else, Mel?
No, I don't think so. I think it was fun to play with you, though. I enjoyed.
Yeah, I had fun with it. I do wish we had a few more players. It would have been cool to play with more players. But again, it would have taken a longer time, and we definitely wouldn't have played through it as fast as we did.
No.
But yeah, not a bad game. Not a great game. Just somewhere in the middle. It's fine. It's fine.
Looking forward to see what's next.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.